Imagine the woman you've shared 21 years of your life with suddenly asks for your permission to spend a night with another man. How would you feel? I felt like a captain of a ship lost in the tempest, tossed by waves without direction. Before we dive into my story, don't forget to subscribe and like this video to not miss out on the most compelling stories about cheating and marriage. Now, I invite you on this emotional journey. Let's begin the video. That day, the foundation of our entire marriage shook. Jane, that woman, was the center of my world. We had raised 2 kids together, been each other's haven in every storm. Yet that night, with a cold beer in hand, watching the Cubs play, with my loyal buddy Rex by my side and surrounded by an endless silence, I did not sense the shift. When Jane stepped in, I sensed something was off. The silence felt like a vast emptiness. "Can we talk, Mike?" she said. Her voice cut through the quiet of my peaceful home. As I turned off the TV, my heart ached like a fresh wound. Premonitions were messengers of bad news. "Nobody's died," she said, but I was already facing a different kind of death. Her craving for confidence, a validation of her ego, not only from me but from another man's desire. "It's not something you expect in marriage. Just one night," she said, as if it could somehow change everything. And it did. It changed everything. Jane's request brought my world crashing down. As I listened, the warmth in my heart turned to ice. Jane wanted Dan, the new guy at the office, just for one night. She had been watching him, probably making up excuses to be among those who stayed late at the office. I remember the day they met. I was there, seeing his playful smile, the way he looked at Jane, and feeling an inner unease. Yet my trust in Jane overruled my suspicions. But my wife's proposition was a clear betrayal. To realize that our love had lost its meaning beside another man's desire was the heaviest blow of my life. And I couldn't remain silent in the face of it. I rejected her. I made my decision in that instant. "I'll speak with a lawyer," I said. There was shock and sorrow on her face, but determination in her eyes. I understood this was a desire she wouldn't easily abandon. Perhaps she had been harboring these thoughts behind my back all along. My trust was shattered. The most unsettling part was Jane's resolve after her request. It utterly bewildered me. Even when the word divorce left my lips, she only spoke of her desire, as if she could brave anything. Come Monday, I met with my lawyer. Everything moved quickly, our marriage ending as swiftly and bitterly as the beer went down my throat. Our children, trying to understand, grappling with the thought that Jane could have left them behind. The years we shared, the memories we made, now just dusty albums in my mind. Yes, it hurts. I'm alone now, but my self-respect and faith are intact. Although my heart bears scars, there's a new path ahead for me, but not for Jane. Indeed, it was a tragic end. After she expressed her wish to me, she spent that night with him, and everything changed. She lost everything that night: her dignity, her family, and even her health. Dan's beautiful words and promises were laden with dark intentions. Jane was driven to deep despair by him and never recovered, leaving everything behind to leave this city. Remember, sometimes when you want to be everything for someone, you find out they only needed one thing from you. May my story be a wake-up call. Every choice carries a consequence, and consequences are the turning points of our lives. If you were in a similar situation, what would you do? After hearing my story, I hope none of you ever have to make such a choice. I await your comments. Maybe your stories will guide others. Remember, life is a journey, and each of our stories is a unique and instructive adventure. You are not alone on this journey.